England and South Africa have both released their teams for their upcoming Nations Championship game. This game is probably the game of the weekend. In my opinion, this is the game to watch this weekend. There's a bit of a rivalry here over the last few years. I mean, if you think about it, how many times have these guys played against each other in some big games? How many times have these guys just not liked each other? Most of the time. Of course, the fans don't seem to like each other. Me as a Springbok fan, I love the England fans. I love the England team. I love watching them play. They're a really respectable team, and this game could go down to the death. I really do think it can. England have released their team and they've gone for a very strong side, a very big forward pack, and they're going to try to take it to the Springboks at Ellis Park. I've been seeing some of the videos on YouTube as well. I've been seeing how they've been training. They want to win this game. They think this is the game they can win. They think the Springboks players coming back from Japan aren't ready. They think some of those guys from the Springbok team that are coming back from injury aren't ready, and they think they can go and beat the Springboks in Ellis Park. So this is my preview for the game, but before we do get into it, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I do appreciate all the support. Every single week I will be doing match previews like this. Of course, right after the game I will be doing the match reactions, kind of reacting to the final score directly after the final whistle. And of course, every Sunday after the game or the day after the games, I will be doing player ratings as well. I know a lot of you do like the player ratings. They are very fun as well. So if you do enjoy the content, please hit the subscribe button and stick around. There's going to be a lot more rugby content coming out. But now we'll go through some of the teams, talk about who we think is going to win and how each team can win this game. So I'll start off with the Springboks. And number 1, they've gone for Oxenchair. Number 2, Malcolm Marx. Number 3, Thomas Tutoy. Number 4, Eben Etzebeth. Number 5, Ruan Nortje. Number 6, and captain Sia Khaleesi. Number 7, Peter Steph Tutoy. Number 8, Jasper Wiese. Number 9, Grant Williams. Number 10, one of my favorite players, Mani Lebok. Number 11, Kurtley Arendse. Number 12, Damien De Allende. Number 13, Jesse Creel. Number 14, Cheslin Colby. Number 15, Damian Willemse. Then on the bench, Jan-Hendrik Wessels, Gerard Steenkamp, Zachary Porten, Marco van Staden, Cameron Hanekom. Really excited to see him there against a guy like Henry Pollock. That'll be fun. Of course, they might not even tackle or run into each other once in the game, but still, that's going to be fun to watch. Number 21, Kobus Reinach. Number 22, probably the informed player in the Springbok team right now, Andre Esterhuizen. And number 23, another informed player. He's been good the whole season for the Bulls, Kane Moody. So a phenomenal team there for the Springboks. I will say, looking at the bench right now, it doesn't look as strong without guys like Volkulo and RG Snyman, but there still are some very good players there. I mean, Jan-Hendrik Wessels is a really good bench player for the Springboks. He's explosive, good ball skills as well. I really do like him. Gerard Steenkamp, he's been in the bomb squad for many seasons now for the Springboks, and he's been good every single time. Zachary Porten, another guy there that I think has a very bright future in the Springbok jersey, but you do feel like this is a massive game for a guy like him. His first ever home test match in South Africa for the Springboks, so that'll be fun. An actual test match, of course, Barbarians doesn't count. Number 19, Marco van Staden. This guy, every time he puts on the Springbok jersey, he just becomes a superhuman. This guy knows how to play international rugby, and he is dominant on that stage as well. Cameron Hanekom at number 20, explosive, hungry, ready to go. That's going to be absolute fireworks from the bench. Number 21, Kobus Reinach. In all honesty, I thought Embrose Papier deserved to play based on his form, based on Kobus Reinach being out for a while, but I do understand this is one of those games the Springboks have to win. They do have plans for a guy like Embrose Papier, and I cannot wait to see him in some of the other games as well. But Reinach can come on and make a big impact still. He's played in the Prem for many years before. He knows how those guys play. He knows how to beat these kind of teams as well. So definitely a key guy to have for this game. Andre Esterhuizen, definitely a hybrid player, not just a backline player, not just a forward player. Can play loose forward, can play center. This guy is the informed player for the Springboks right now. I fully expect him to come on and cause absolute havoc as a wrecking ball. In my opinion, I thought he was going to start, but I do see his value from the bench. He adds so many more different varieties and options from the bench. He's a very important player, if not right now, probably a top 3 most important player for the Springboks. And of course, number 23, Kane Moody, can play center, can play fullback, can play wing. One of those really physical guys as well. And this guy can score tries at the top level as well. So just looking at some of the key guys in the starting lineup there. The front row there, Oxenchair, Malcolm Marx and Thomas Tutoy. Probably the best front row in the world right now. But then you look at the locks. Eben Etzebeth, back from injury, back from a kind of ban. Definitely won't be at his best, but he will be fresh, and I do think it's important for a guy like Eben Etzebeth to try get back to his best as quick as possible, because it has to be said, someone has to say it, I'll say it, the last few seasons or the last season and a half, he's been poor. He hasn't been at his best. So I really hope to see him at his best, because at his best, he's a phenomenal player. I don't care. He's not the enforcer anymore. He's not the enforcer that we saw in 2012 that ran over Bismarck Duplessis, and 2017 that ran through Sam Cane and those guys for the All Blacks. He's a very good international lock right now with a very high work rate. Same as Ruan Nortje, one of the informed players here. Definitely, in my opinion, the first choice lock for the Springboks. But then you look at that loose trio: Sia Khaleesi, Pieter-Steph du Toit, Jasper Wiese. These guys, even if they haven't been here for a while, they are going to pitch up ready to play. They are going to put their bodies on the line. And how many times do I have to say it now? Sia Khaleesi is always making a big play for the Springboks. I remember against England, the last time they played at Twickenham, he smashed Ben Earl off the back of the line out, really getting some momentum for the Springboks. And then, alongside Jasper Wiese, absolutely double tackle, smashed Mara Itoje on their own try line with a turnover as well, to kind of seal the deal for the Springboks to get over the line eventually and score that opening try with Grant Williams. So that was one of those turning points, and we've seen it before with him as well, with that kind of run over Robbie Henshaw against Ireland. Sia Khaleesi always does big things in big moments. I think some people need to start appreciating that now as well. Then of course, Pieter-Steph du Toit, one of, if not the best or the most valuable rugby player in the world. When this guy plays, you know it. He will smash anybody in his way, and it's going to be a very big game with those guys there. Of course, Jasper Wiese as well. He needs to have a big game. He needs to get the boys on the front foot for the Springboks, because that England team, that England forward pack, is not going to try to take a backward step at all. You look at the number 9 and 10 combination. They've been keeping this combination together for a while now. A lot of people say, oh, Grant Williams and Manie Libbok, okay, it's not Reinach and Sasha and Ngoma. But for the Springbok fans that have been saying this, and a lot of people that have been saying this, because I have been seeing it, Grant Williams and Manie Libbok have been kept together as a combination, whether they've been starting or from the bench for the Springboks for the last year and a half. The game that the Springboks won in Wellington last year against the All Blacks, that game only started to swing in the Springboks' direction once Manie Libbok and Grant Williams were on the field together. Against France last year, Grant Williams and Manie Libbok came on and really secured the deal for the win. Other games as well, they have been the two guys that have come on and really just changed the pace of the game, gotten a few quick tries, and I think they'll do the same here. I think Manie Libbok right now is the perfect guy to bring the best on attack out of this team for the Springboks. And even Rassie said the other day, Manie Libbok's a very good defensive fly-off. People just don't seem to realize it yet. So he's been kicking a lot better in Japan. I do expect him to be the kicker with Cheslin Kolbe backing up. Both of those guys have been kicking very well in Japan. So I don't think there's a lot to worry about there. I think right now for Manie Libbok, he's going to be like the other guys coming in. You just need to get some game time and play with as much confidence as possible. Then you look at the other guys in the back line, Dale Lindy and Creel, keeping those guys together in the centers. Really important to keep that cohesion. And the back three, they've played together many times before. Curtly Orange, one of the most underrated, if not the most underrated player in World Rugby. Cheslin Kolbe at number 14, he can break through a game easily at any time. This guy is a machine. And fullback, also playing his 50th alongside Cheslin Kolbe, Damian Willemsen. He's got a long way to go as well. So a really exciting Springbok team. But now let's move over to the England team. At number 1, Ellis Genge. Number 2, and captain Jamie George. Number 3, Joe Hayes. So a very strong front row there. I think that front row battle is going to be very close. It's going to be an epic battle. I mean, Ellis Genge is a bit of an England legend right now. Joe Hayes, one of those kind of consistent players. He always puts out a big performance for England. A guy like Jamie George, a really underrated player in international rugby that just always seems to have a good game. Of course, the Six Nations, there was a lot of things going on, but still, that front row right there is very good. Looking at the rest of the guys in the forward pack, number 4, Alex Coles, number 5, George Martin, number 6, Ollie Chesham, number 7, Tom Curry, and number 8, Ben Earl. This forward pack from England right now is massive. They are picked specifically for this game to take on this team. And if this forward pack like this works, I fully expect them to kind of keep picking this forward pack going forward. George Martin is a machine. He's a beast. He's physical. He was one of those guys that made the Springboks' life very hard in the semi-final of the 2023 World Cup. Alex Coles, a new guy that's come through, a leader in this team, a leader for Northampton Saints. He leads by example. He is a key figure in that engine room as well. Number 6, Ollie Chesham, one of the better players in the team for England. Good line-out thread, good thread all over. He's going to try really be a pest to the Springboks the entire game. And of course, Tom Curry and Ben Earl. We all know Tom Curry. He's a great player. Of course, with some incidents that happen, a lot of Springbok fans don't like him. I still like him a lot. He's a great player. He can really cause a lot of havoc on the field. And Ben Earl, one of the best carrying number 8s in the world. He honestly, when I see Ben Earl, he reminds me of a special forces soldier, the way he just goes about stuff. He just gets on with it the way he does stuff. So Ben Earl, one of those key players in the team as well. I don't see a weakness in that forward pack. I really think this forward pack battle is going to be absolutely awesome. One of the best ways to start the international season. I probably will say that I think the Springbok forward pack will be better, but I think Eben Etzebeth could be a weak point right now if he isn't up to the speed yet with those other guys, because guys like Alex Coles, George Martin and Ollie Chesham have been awesome in the Prem this year in England. So I do expect guys like Ruan Nortje to be up for it, but I don't think it's going to be as easy in the forward pack as a lot of people seem to think. But then looking at the back line, Jack van Portfleet, Finn Smith, Caden Murley, Seb Atkinson, Tommy Freeman, Emmanuel Faber-Bosso and George Furbank, a really good back line there. I probably have to give the kind of balance of power to the Springbok backline. I just think there's more experience there, more guys on form as well. Don't get me wrong, Jack van Portfleet's a great player. I did expect Ben Spencer to start, so that's a bit of a weird one for me there. Finn Smith, fully expected that. He's been really good every time he's played. He's led Northampton Saints to the final of the Prem and won the Prem as well. Caden Murley, one of those guys, I'm really happy to see him there. He's a hard worker. He's not going to have a bad game. He never has a bad game. He always just has an above average game or a great game. So he's a very solid player there. Interesting 12-13 combination. I think that's honestly where the Springboks have a lot more power than England. Of course, I think Tommy Freeman is a great player. Seb Atkinson as well, a great player. But they're not experienced at that level to play against those guys and dominate those type of guys yet in the center position. Of course, Seb Atkinson's a good player. Tommy Freeman, I thought, would have been better on the wing for this game with maybe a Max Ojomo and a Henry Slade. But that being said, England have chosen these guys for a reason. They've probably been training very well there. And I do see the upside of playing Tommy Freeman in the 13 jersey. But I think it honestly might be a long day in the office for those guys in the center pairing, because they are playing against the most experienced Springbok center pairing of all time. So I think that's maybe where the balance of power really does shift the Springboks way. And of course the back three, Caden Murley, Faber-Bosso and George Furbank against Curtly Arendse, Cheslin Colby and Damian Willemse. I do think Furbank is good. I don't know if he's as good as Willemse at the top level. I know Emmanuel Faber-Bosso is really good, so that one against Curtly Arendse is going to be really fun to watch. And I just think Cheslin Colby might get the better of Caden Murley there. But that being said, a really strong team for England, and these guys are the best guys in England right now. The Prem Rugby was awesome to watch this year. They were playing at a very high level, and this team right here is the right team to go and challenge the Springboks. Just looking at this team from England right now, I don't see many weaknesses. All these players also mentally are very mentally strong. You can obviously tell when you pick players which of these guys don't believe that they can win. This whole team picked by England, you can see these guys want to win. They really think they're going to win the game. They're just going to go there and play their best. So from that perspective, I don't think England's going to take a backward step at all. But we'll look at the bench here. Cowan Dickey, Obano, Apoko Forjo, Charlie Eels, Guy Pepper, Henry Pollock, Alex Mitchell and Marcus Smith. So a very strong bench there as well for England. And as I said, the Springbok bench, maybe not as strong as it's ever been, but still very strong. But that England bench as well, really strong. Apoko Forjo there in the number 18 jersey, he's definitely one to watch. He is a very strong scrummager, but he is going to be going up against Gerard Steenkamp or a guy like Oxenchair, so that should be very fun to watch. And of course, Luke Cowan-Dickey needs to step up his game and just be consistently where we know he can be at that British and Irish Lions level. And of course, the other guys as well. Charlie Eels, a big game for him to prove he deserves to be in this team going forward. And guys like Guy Pepper and Henry Pollock coming off the bench, that's going to be fun, coming on the opposite side of a Marco van Staden and a Cameron Honeycomb. So that's going to be very, very fun to watch. And of course, Alex Mitchell, he caused the Springboks some problems in the semi-final as well of the World Cup. And Marcus Smith, one of the best players on his day. He can tear any team open. We saw it against the All Blacks last year, but I think it will be a little bit different at Ellis Park. So two very, very strong teams selected. My prediction is I do think the Springboks are going to win this game. But that being said, I've seen all the lines, I've seen all the odds for this game and everything. I think it's a lot closer than people are thinking. I really do think it's a lot closer than people are thinking. I think this game probably will go down to the wire. It could be a thing of the last 15 or 10 minutes, unless the Springboks really come out firing. But they do come out firing. But at Ellis Park, last year we saw it against the Wallabies as well. They just went flat at the end of the game. That's the kind of problem with these first games of the season type of games, is these players that play in Japan, these players that come back from an injury, they just can't sustain that intensity level for the entire 80 minutes. But hopefully they can. I do think the Springboks are going to win this game. Just looking at that whole starting lineup, it is extremely strong. And I think guys like Jan-Hendrik Wessels, Van Staden, Hanekom, Esterhuizen and Moody are going to come onto the second half, add a bit more energy, add a bit more power. And I really do think the Springboks might just get the better of them already by the 60 60th minute of the game. But that being said, this will be a very close game. England are going to have to be up for it physically. Looking at that team, they will be up for it physically. Can the backline hold on? Because this Springbok team right now, they're not playing boring rugby anymore. They're not just going to kick the ball at you and expect you to make mistakes. We all know England do want that with the players they've selected. They're good under the high ball. They love putting the ball up in the air and trying to let the other team make a mistake as well. The Springboks just need to play their style of rugby and force England to try play a different style as well. But that being said, this is going to be an awesome game. I think the balance of power in the forward pack is very similar. I will just give it to the Springboks. The backline, I'll give it to the Springboks. And the bench, very close. I'm going to have to give it to the Springboks based on how many of those guys I've seen before. Actually, I don't know. I'm going to have to go even on the bench. I think Andre Esterhuizen maybe really boosted to the Springbok side, but the England bench there looks really strong as well. So I think the bench is quite evenly matched right now. Maybe if Erge Snyman was there in a Wilkelo, it would definitely be towards the Springbok side. But I think the Springboks need to try and get it done in the first half. And I think if England are still in it at the 60-minute mark, then they have a really good chance. But that being said, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I really do appreciate all the support. I will be doing a match reaction right after the game. I cannot wait for it, with some stats as well from the game. So if you do enjoy the content, stick around and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.